Good day, everybody. Hope everyone is well on this, fairly decent Friday where I am. It was a little bit chilly out this morning, but it's not too bad. I see you, Kevin. Doesn't look too bad. So, if just wondering if everybody managed to see the note I put up in the Discord earlier about the little SDK fix for the sim. Nick and I were testing it earlier, and we were able to see ourselves no problem. And I've got the three of you in front of me here. I don't know. Pilot Pat said he's on his way in, so looks like everything is good, and it may be temporarily fixing it. I was also on the Flight Sim forum, and they talked. There was a statement put out by them saying they were aware. They think there's two issues that they're investigating that may be causing the multiplayer issue. Who knows when we'll see any results from that, though. So we'll just have to see. Now, looks like Pat's in. He's just squatted on top of the Spitfire. So before we start up, let's take a look at leg one. This is a two-leg session we're doing here. Leg one, we're heading up north. We're currently down here at Saint Helens. That's where we left off last time. We're going to fly up along the northeast coast of Tasmania. Then we're going to head out across these islands. And we're going up to Flinders Island. And the airport's somewhere up around here. And that will be the first leg of our trip for today. So we should get some nice sights. We've set the weather to few clouds on the preset, mainly because the weather currently over Tasmania is horrendous, according to what I could see. So we want to be able to see what we're doing and where we are going. So let's hop on board and we'll get ourselves fired up and ready to go. Alright, so we're here in the Caravan. First thing we're going to do is go up, turn on the fuel. And we'll get the fuel on here as well. I've got an issue with my condition lever right now. Yeah, she doesn't want to work for some reason. I'll get that out of the way. Let's get you up. There we go. Put you in low idle. Get you back down. So we're good there. So fuel is on. Turn on the battery. And we'll put the nav lights and beacon light on. Generator is on. Fuel boost will go on. Standby air is fine. Avionics 1 coming up. I'll wait for that to come on. Kill the warning. Quickly going to turn that off. That's good. Can't read with the glare. I think that's our starter. We're going to come down. We'll put our propeller.
System test. Okay.
We'll leave it on minimum for now. That's fine. I'm going to go to our fuel pump and then to start. I mean, like I said, I can't work my mixture or my condition lever right now, so I don't know what's happening there. Alright, engine's coming up. RPMs are up. Temperatures are good. Starter can come off. Ignition back to normal. Put on the second thing. Battery will go to normal as well. Second panel is up. It's going to come in here and enter the information the way I like it. And of course we want winds 3. Go back. And transponder, we're going to be VFR, so we'll set 1200. Turn it on, altitude reporting, and we're all set there. So our route, we are going direct. It could be I know Nick was telling me earlier he had a major issue with a livery that was causing him issues, so it looks like some of these things may be back causing problems. So we're going to the first airport. It's and what I do hate about some of these issues is you don't even add anything, and the next time you're in the sim it just doesn't work properly. So it's going to be YFLI. Looking at the wrong one. Lima, India, Flinders Island. Enter and enter. So that's now in. We are 76 miles away from where we want to be. And everything is good. So the aircraft is up and running. Alright, so everything's good there. Batteries on, generators are on. Fuel pumps are set to normal. Ignition normal. Starter is off. Avionics are both on. And the panels are set up. So we're going to go up to, say, 3,000 feet for this leg. We'll see what the terrain is like, but we should be good there. Keep it nice and low so we can actually see what we're looking at for the trip. And I think we're ready to taxi out. So if you two guys are ready to go, I'm sure Kevin and Talia will be back in a second. But if you guys want to head out, we'll taxi down as a group down to the end of the runway. And we're using runway... what I want. Well, we're using the west runway, 22 or 23, whatever it is. So I'll taxi out, turn left, and head down to the end, and I'll follow in behind you guys. Oh, so Mighty Mackerel pop up there for a second. Oh, there he is. Nick, are you good to go, or you having issues? Okay. Okay, get the seatbelts on. We'll get the taxi lights on anyway. Alright, Nick's still sitting there. So we'll go full forward on the prop. Oh, you're entering the flight plan? Okay, I'm going to move out. Sitting in the dirt, needed a little bit of extra there. Oh, there you go. There's the spit heading out. Go ahead, Nick. Oh, I can faintly hear him too. That's nice. You can't see it, but I'm waving with my hand at the screen. Loading in now? Okay. Hopefully it works when you get in. So this is the last leg on our Tasmania tour. We flew down when we left. We flew northwest along the northern coast of Tasmania, then out to some of the Northwest Islands. And from there we headed south down along the western coast and cut across the south down towards the capital of Hobart. And then from there we've come up the eastern coast where we are now. And we are currently wrapping up. We're going to go up to the islands off the northeast, and then we will wrap up on the second leg of our flight today, back where we started at Devonport. So it's been nice seeing Tasmania. Got a little bit of dirt blowing under the wheels there. It's pretty cool. So for all the mapping issues everybody's having with controls and stuff, I've been starting to read about another program that people have been using for mapping their controls into the sim. It's a lot of work. You got to do every single control and every button, but it you can set it up for every aircraft the way you want it, and the good thing is it auto switches, so as you switch airplanes it automatically switches profiles, so you don't have to go in and go into the controls and set it up. I think what you do is you basically just set a sim profile that's blank, and then it just feeds in through there. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research on it. I'll post it up in the Discord so you can see it. If anyone's interested. Again, it does seem like a lot of work, but might be something to keep it all working the way it should, because all the controls and bindings and stuff are held outside of Flight Sim. So that may work a bit better. But yeah, we'll take a look, see what's happening there. Oh, there's somebody down over there. You can see all the multiplayer. There's Talia. So I don't know if we're just lucky or if the little SDK trick is actually working, but I'm seeing everybody no issues. Yeah, SPAD Next. You heard of it? I've seen a few people talking about it recently. So I may give it a shot and just slowly set it up, and then give it a shot. Alright, let me just get turned around here. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Oh, you do use it, Nick? Okay. Maybe I'll look at it. All right. Try not to be intimidated as you taxi out, Talia, but you got 4 airplanes. But oh, it's not working. We need Wayne here to swear for you. Alright, so we'll get set up. So we'll get the landing lights on, strobe lights are on. Flaps to take off. Yeah, flaps are in takeoff mode. Let's just make sure they go to the right place. There we go. We're not going to need the NDB. Cool. Don't need heat. Everything is good. Put the condition lever to full forward. Frangus. Uh-oh. There we go. We're in full idle. Everything's ramped up now. Okay, if you want to catch up with us, that's great. If not, you can meet us up at Flinders Island. So I think we're ready to go. That's pretty cool. Love that Spitfire sitting beside us. All right, so I'm gonna hold the brakes. Gonna bring the engine up a bit. We're gonna have to do a performance climb off of the end of the runway here, because we do have the trees. All right. We're coming up. There's our target where we want to get to, and brakes are released. Oh, Wayne's just popped in. Let's hold it. There we go. Airspeed's alive. He can catch up. He's a lot faster than we are. 50 knots. 60. Pulling back. Going for climb out at about 70 knots. Get above the trees. Hi Dark, how are you doing? You're on your way home from work? Hope your day went well. Alright, we're about 400 feet up. We're out over the water now. So we can ease off slightly. We're going to make the turn. We'll turn to the left. Get another look down here. So we fly around.
Don't say 500.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Last thing we want to be doing is sinking here. So speed's up, so we're going to bring the flaps up. Circle over the airfield. Not too far above the tree line. There's Wayne in his Spitfire. So he's taxiing, that's great. So we're going to head to the north. So we're going to go autopilot on, go nav mode, and we will do a flight level change. Start climbing up to 3,000 feet. We're going to come back a little bit on the prop and a little bit on the power. Get us away from the reds. Now we're going to turn off flight level change because it's not going to climb very well at the speed we're at for that power setting. Alright, good luck to you. So we'll go flight level change at 130. A little bit bumpy up here. Hello Wayne, good to see you. It's been a few streams, so we haven't had you around. I think you said you were dealing with the Munchkins. And it looks like Talia's up. Excellent. So I'm going to zoom out here so we can see where we are. And I'm going to set for 3,000 feet. And I think we're going to go into heading mode. We're going to do a little bit of sightseeing here along the coast. Those sandy beaches there in the South Pacific. Oh, caught that out of the corner of my eye. Alright, so there's 3,000 feet coming up. So bringing the torque back to about 1,700. It'll bring the prop back to about 1,700 as well. And that'll be us at roughly cruise power. There we go, something like that. Now we'll just cruise on along. We'll leave the landing lights on, we're down low. So next week my plan is to start a new series in the Caravan. I think it's a fun airplane, and you can go a little bit further than the 172s, but again we're not going super high or super fast, so I think that's pretty cool. So starting next Friday we are heading off to the Caribbean, and we will be flying, visiting the islands of the Caribbean in a big loop. That one is definitely going to run live weather, so we can get all the nice Caribbean weather. And I'll make sure that the briefing room has the updates for any freeware scenery that we're going to be using. There is one for Saint Martin we are definitely going to be using, and I'll check for others. So it'll be there. But that'll get us down south in the winter months. There's the two spits coming up, and Nick, I don't see you. Are you? Oh, there you are. A little bit of formation flying. Okay. The two Topa Sky Caravans flying together. Oh, there's the, hear that spit engine. Twaino is getting in nice and close. So yeah, we're just going to, yeah, that's why I've got that heading mode on. Plus it lets me go where I want to go. So we're just going to fly up here, and then we'll cut back up, and we'll just do the coastline here as we look in on this corner of Tasmania. 62 miles away. So a couple things to point out. Once again, we are now streaming on Twitch as well. So that is an option if anyone is interested in it. It's hopefully going to expand our community a little bit. We'll see how that works out. Get some more people online and flying. All right, so looks like somebody else just tried the SDK update, and he's reporting back that he's seeing everybody again as well, so nice to see. Yeah, it kind of depends on the airplanes. I was flying the CRJ again the other day, and I'd forgotten how much it like does the back and forth tracking on routes and stuff, which is very annoying. Because it shouldn't really be doing that. Hopefully, when they release the 900 and the 1000, it's going to make a turn to 330 here. Head off along the coastline. Hopefully, when they release the, like I said, the CRJ 900 and CRJ 1000, which are coming out very soon, they'll do an update to the navigation logic. It would be nice to be able to see things properly. I'll go in the opposite direction. Yeah, well, that's an absolute no-no there. I do love the cloud reflections off the water. That's pretty cool. So the other day, like I said, I was flying the CRJ and I did a flight from Edinburgh down to Gatwick. Landed in the middle of a storm, so heavy rains, clouds, 4K, the Ultra Gatwick texture. Had a little bit of stuttering, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be given everything. So I think I was putting my computer to the test on that one. Especially since I'm flying in 4K and had all that other stuff going on. Well, still did pretty good. I might see if there's a slightly toned down version of Gatwick, or granted we don't get that weather that often, so we'll just see. Alright, so we're currently coming up to the edge. Little place, let's see if I can see it from here. And then you come up, there is that. I think that's it there. It's called Mussel Roll Bay. Just wondering if we get a lot of mussels out of there. So we're going to turn to 300. Just keep following the coast here. So my plan for the flights in the Caribbean, because we're going to be crossing a lot of water and everything like that, I'm actually going to look at doing IFR flights. So I'll have flight plans put up and everything, and it should be good. Well, that's true. That's true. Although there is the issue with the VORs, and I'm not sure what it is, where if they've actually got the line of sight modeled in so that you don't pick them up if you're only, but still 12,000 feet. I was 8,000 or 9,000 feet above the ground. Should be able to pick up a VOR more than 60 miles out, but I can't remember. There's a math equation for line of sight. All things being equal, at this height you can go this distance. But I can't remember what it is. But it is nice, and I really think the world tour that's coming up in that thing, it's going to be interesting. On some of those flights. The neat thing is resetting after we land. There's one leg or one stream that'll have two legs on it because they're fairly short. At least it's easy to reset for the next flight. You just fuel up and then we'll be good to go. It's very rugged and beautiful down here. Completely different world. So that is Mussel Bay. The map is showing there's a little opening here. I guess you come in here, it's all sheltered. It's pretty cool. there's the islands we're heading over to. There's a couple of them there. You can see some of the hills. Some shipping out in the channel by the looks of it as well. But it is good to see everybody again. Yeah, there's the entrance there. It's pretty cool. So there's a couple islands here. There's don't have names, and with lights, yeah. We're seeing lights again, which is pretty awesome. Just gonna pull up another map here. I do want to get the names right. All right, so this where we are now. This is Swan Island, right here, and believe it or not, this one here is called Little Swan Island, and it's a nature reserve. So we're going to turn, when we get up here, we'll head up. The first island we're going to cross is called, Clark Island, and that's the one we can see here. So we're going to fly up to Clark Island. Not much on it. I don't see any towns or anything. So I think it's just a natural kind of park. There is a notice saying it's some type of nature reserve. I like how we got one spinning prop there and one still prop there. Maybe someday they'll get all that stuff fixed. Alright, so let's jump back inside. So we're going to head now up over to Clark Island. Take a heading of about 20 degrees. Or maybe no, not 20 degrees. We'll just go due north. Yeah. What was the line of the Doctor in Master and Commander, the Aubrey series? She who would propose a pun would pick a pocket. It's Mr. O'Brien in his writings. Not sure if that's a common saying or not. There's Swan Island. I don't know, that's supposed to be a little landing strip or not. Looks like there's a little community there. No, I see him in a Spitfire, so there's my shadow. Yeah, it looks like they do have a little grass strip there. A little path going through the woods. It's pretty cool. We'll head over to Clark Island now. And we can see there's Wayne there, and here's Kevin in his Spitfire. Irish flags flying. Alright, so let's take a look at where we're headed. So after Clark Island, we're going to Cape Barren Island. See, there's a couple little communities on it. Not a lot though. And most up on the northwest corner. A typical Australian beach name here, the Prickly Bottom Beach. And then down around here we have Thunder and Lightning Bay. I think it's over this way, but Thunder and Lightning Bay, that sounds good. Although I do like the Prickly Bottom Beach. There's that ship out there. I do have the shipping mod on, so we're going to see some stuff around. Alright, so welcome to Clark Island. .32 miles out from Flinders Island Airport. It shows there's a small, there it is, small airfield here on Clark Island. And on the next one there's a small one as well over on the west side. There's also one on this island over here, little airstrip. So I guess there are people living out here. Must be pretty rugged life. They do seem to get a lot of storms. Every time I come into the sim and I'm looking at Volanta this time of year, I guess, it's storms just rolling over top of Tasmania. Alright, so I think we're going to turn on to we'll go let's go to heading of 315. Get a look at this place. There's the strip. Alright, you can go away. Thank you. Now we're heading up to Cape Barren Island. This is Preservation Island here, and we have the Sydney Cove Historic Site in there. So I'm not sure what that is. Well, it's a park. find any information on it. There's a couple different places called Sydney Cove. There's Sydney Cove right in Sydney itself. And then there's the one here. I'm not finding much information, but that's that green area down there. There's the other airport here on Cape Barren Island. And I believe that's Long Island on the other side. Surprised these Spitfires aren't heading down and doing touch and go. They have the speed to catch back up. A couple more little channel islands here, and then we've got the main island of our destination. Flinders Island. We're heading up to the main town of Whitemark, and the airport's located just to the north, I believe. Okay, there's the airport here for Cape Barren Island. Paved. Very nice, very civilized. There's a little community. Oh, there goes Kevin. Looks like they're heading down. Nothing like a little bit of peer pressure. Beautiful little community here. I don't think he's landing at that speed. I think he's just doing a flyover. There we go. Now we're going to head up towards Whitemark. Destination. Right now I'm just going to nav mode, see if we'll follow it up. And let's take a look at the airfield. So, airport has 2 runways. There is a 5,500 foot running 3214, and then there's a 3,500 foot running 2305. We're going to take the runway 23. 3,510 feet. Airport elevation is 33 feet. And we should be good. I'll have to backtrack slightly up to back to the eastern end where the ramps and terminal buildings are. Now about 13 miles out. So the town of Whitemark is up around here, and the airport will be just past it. We're now on track. We've got a slight wind. Of course, we're on a preset weather, so the winds will be about 270 at 3 or 4 by the time we get to the ground. And everybody's still with me. I'm amazed. So our circuit height's going to be about 1,000 feet. I think what I'm going to do is we're just going to descend down, and then I'll do an exaggerated midfield entry from the wrong side to line us up. We do got to watch. There are hills here, so I'm not exactly sure how close they get. It's going to be an interesting approach, but we'll fake it a little bit. Slightly dark in here, so let's see if I can get the lights up a little bit. Just turn on the contrast here. Don't need the floodlights on, but I don't need the overhead. We'll just bring up the contrast on the lights here. There we go. So there's a bunch of conservation areas. That's over here is what they call Darling Range Conservation Area. North of where we're heading is the Mulligan's Hill Conservation Area, and this whole coastal lines are all covered in these conservation areas as well. So it's definitely looking like a nature area. So there's a ton of white mark. And it looks like the airport is right in here. Oh, yeah. Don't look away, Pilot Pat. Don't look. Never look away. Alright, so we're going to drop down to 1,000 feet now. Come in over the water. Go flight level change. I'm just going to pull the power. Let her come down on her own. Again, she'll pitch to maintain airspeed, doing a flight level change. And we can use the power to adjust our rate of descent. So currently about 1,400 feet per minute. She'll maintain airspeed so she doesn't get away from us. Now, I believe both runways are paved. Yes, they are. So that won't be an issue. There's the town over here. And there's the airport. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn into a 030 course. Just crank it around to 050. Coming into a base. It's bringing her down to 1,000 feet. There we go. There's the one runway. The one we want runs this way. Gotta watch the terrain here. So we're gonna bring the prop up to full. And autopilot off. First notch of flap. And we're just going to slowly bring her around. There's the end of the runway. Right there. Speed's coming back. Second notch of flap. Start turning in. Flaps are full, landing lights are on. Speed's coming back. Airport's in sight. Feet. We're going a little steep. We'll drag it at the end if we have to. Slight wind from the right. 60 knots. And we're down. Purser's on. Purser's off. Flaps coming up. Now we'll pull off to the side. Taxi up the side here. We're going to head up to the far end. Ooh. Stream is looking a little choppy all of a sudden. Let's see what oh, it's back. Getting choppiness in the sim. Let's see where we are here on the airfield. There's Nick. I'm gonna come up to the ramp here. Oh, did you? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it is nice when you can, when it's stable enough to be able to do that. I'm gonna cheat and go up the walkway here. Not exactly sure this is a taxiway, but I will treat it as such for this. And we can turn around and we'll get ready for the last leg of the series as we head back to Devonport. Again, the stream's now nice and stable. Not sure what was causing that stutter. Got a trim wheel now instead of a hat switch. That was awkward. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I can see that stuttering again. Not sure what's going on there. I get the parking brake on. Yeah. If I look at, oh, hang on. So I was showing some dropped frames through Streamlabs. It's saying my stream quality is only good. Performance issues such as drop frames, lagged frames, or stream disconnection, troubleshooting notifications will be sent, but I do not have any notifications. So, not sure what's causing it. I'm wondering if I got a lot of people logging onto the internet in my area, and that's causing the issues. I'm still trying to sort out the bitrate for this Restream encoder. I'm set to 5,000 kbps, but I keep getting warnings saying set it between 3,000 and 6,000. So I'm not sure what's happening there. Got no notifications, so I'm not sure what's happening. And here comes the rest of the guys. So let's go in. We're going to set our next destination, which is Yankee Delta Papa Oscar. So we'll put that in. That's Yankee. No, Yankee Delta. Yeah, we want to go this way. Actually, let's zoom in so we can see this thing. There we go. Yankee Delta Papa Oscar. Devonport, Tasmania. So we'll enter, activate it. We are 96.5 miles away. And we are going to go and fly basically across the water to the north shore of Tasmania, then along the coast down to Devonport. Pulling up the airport chart. We're going to be landing on runway 24. Again, airport elevation of 33 feet. So we'll be good. Check our fuel stats. Fuel is fine. So everybody is good to go. We can roll out now. Yeah, when I don't have to, I just go in and set them in here and just enter the information inside the airplane. I think it's a little bit better. Alright, so parking brake is released. Taxi out in position. Swing around and I'll move to the right side. There we go. Get everybody out. I think the Spitfires are going to take the grass. Alright. So lights are on. Everything's good down here. Propeller fully forward. Condition lever is rich, and we are good to go. So I think you guys are coming out. Let's go flying. So brakes are released and going to takeoff power. Oop, flaps to takeoff. Alright, power coming up. Takeoff power set. Airspeed's live. 50 knots. 65 knots. A little bit of back pressure, and we are up. Holding the climb. Then we're going to go to 3,000 feet. Climbing at 1,000 feet per minute. Why are you yelling at me, don't sink? Trim forward, there's 500 feet, flaps coming up. Speed's increasing. Bring it up to about 120 knots, and then we'll go into flight level change. There we go. Let's bring the heading around. Okay, we'll put it into nav mode for the moment. And we're going to be wanting to fly pretty much at about a 190. For this leg. Go into heading mode. Oh. So we'll turn autopilot on. I'm sure that'll help. Bring the power back a little bit on both sides. It's the little things that you miss. We're going to shoot down towards the coast of Tasmania. 1,000 feet to go. Looks like everybody's up. Yeah, that wasn't nav mode for me. That was idiot pilot mode, not turning on the autopilot, just punching flight level change. I fully take the blame on that one. And we're coming up for 2,000 feet, or 3,000 feet in a minute. Flying by the little islands here. There's Clark Island. Flew over on the way in. It's a little town. And we're going to shoot straight off to Tasmania, which we can just see there in the distance. Alright, so we're coming level. So torque down to 1,700. Bring the pops back to 1,700. There we go, and then reset the torque. There we are. So we are at cruise power. Just wheel this out a little bit. Go. So we're going to be making landfall somewhere around the Waterhouse Conservation Area near the town of Waterhouse. We're going to follow along the coast again. We're going to fly by Birdport, Single Tree Plain Conservation Area, Weymouth, Lulworth, Stony Head, over the river Tamar, town of Georgetown. A little bit further, Port Sorel, Shearwater, and then over to Devonport and then the airport. So you're going to see some nice coastline as we fly along. If I check my streaming strength, still saying it's just good, not great. I'm going to have to do a little bit of checking on that. Just get a little bit of a view out the windows. See where we're headed. There we go. Nice bright sunshine. Okay. Okie, good to see ya. Hey, Okie, you want to see something really cool? Everybody's here. Talia? Oh, you're way back there. Okay. So we've been flying for over an hour now in multiplayer, and everybody is still here. So it's looking good. I posted a little instructional thing on the Discord. It will tell you what to do to. I'm not sure it's an official fix, but courtesy of Nick, we managed to. Well, actually, I guess courtesy of Two Tone Murphy, who Nick saw it from. We've managed to get some stability back, so it's a good little fix and a simple one too. I mean, the airplanes aren't even disappearing in the distance. I can still see the lights and everything. It's great. Oh, kind of like what I did, Talia, when I decided to just let the airplane flop around instead of going into autopilot. I just got to sort out this bitrate issue. I'll get a hold of Filbert Flies has been helping me set up the restream, so I'll get a hold of him, see what he uses. Not sure why my connection is only good at the moment, but we'll see. It appears to be kind of smooth right now. Look at Wayne here. We go through some clouds. Do a nice rotating arc. And the stream looks okay again now. Yeah, again, Talia, sometimes you can see everybody, sometimes you don't. I just know the last few fights, it's been really hard to see anybody. We did the fix. Nick and I logged in on an airport. We could see each other right away. And now I can see you guys, no problem. Nobody's popping in and out and everything's holding. So, is it the SDK? I don't know. Is it something they've done behind the scenes to fix it? I don't know. But I'll take it. Whatever it is. Yeah, it's funny, we did I told Nick I could see his lights and he laughed because I don't think his battery was on. But I guess it's reading switch inputs. So So I read that his switch for strobe light was on, so it showed me strobe lights. Which, I mean, is not a big deal. Okay, yeah, that was the Santa Claus movie. Why? Where did that pop up? No, yeah, not the lighting fix. Oh, yeah, that could be. Yeah. There, get rid of that pink. Santa Claus Conquers. I first saw that movie. I know we talked about this a while ago, Talia. You'll remember this conversation. When I was sent away by my folks on Saturdays when I was a little kid to the movie theater, and it was one of the movies they played. I guess I must have been like 9 or 10 at the time. 8, 9, 10. Because we went for a couple years in the summer and stuff. So, yeah, it's a movie from the period. Now, I mean, we're talking early 70s there. How are we doing? Are we getting any closer to land? Well, a little bit. We can see some little bits of land starting to appear. I think we got some islands we're going to pass over as we get closer. Well, there's kind of a big island we're going to be headed for. Oh, well, yeah, it is pretty bad. We also showed Plan 9 from Outer Space. We got that one too. That one, I think it's like the worst, if I remember right. And it was a pretty bad movie. That's for sure. The bad news is I've about used up my resources on trying to find movies, so we're starting to cycle through them again. Not that I don't have a lot of them, but we're going to see repeats coming up. There's just not that many public domain movies that I can get away with showing on YouTube. Well, and now Twitch, I guess. I think that's that big island, and then the mainland after that. So after the mainland, we're going to turn southwest-ish. We'll follow the coast. A little bit of low-level cloud here. Oh, Spitfire engines are rather loud. That's that island. And that is, let's see if I can get a name of that island. Where are we coming ashore? I think we're coming ashore. Yeah, that is Waterhouse Island. Oh, there you go. That's the Waterhouse Conservation Area, all in there. See the coastline we're going to be following once we come ashore. Little bays and nooks, and there's that river. Come down. Beautiful low-level cloud. As I mentioned on leg one, full storms right now in Tasmania, hence the few cloud preset we're watching. Oh. I think we got a full flight formation forming up here. It's pretty awesome. I'll just leave that on the screen for a minute. Come on, Pat, get up here. You're missing all the fun. We got a nice trigger file. Oh, Nick's doing a crossover. Just turning it into a little diamond. Ah, that's too bad. So the big thing is for formation flying that the lead pilot maintain a steady platform for everyone to formate on, which having the autopilot is great because it holds the aircraft nice and steady. Of course, there's all kinds of different formations you can do. And then there's set ways of moving around as you switch formations. You usually never swing directly behind another airplane because you don't want to go through the prop wash, especially when you're nice and close. So what you would tend to do is drop down slightly and then move over. And that way you go below the prop wash of the airplane above you, or the jet wash if you're doing this in jets. Should be just heading mode. Alright, there we are, coming up to the island. So we're going to cross over the island, we'll hit the coast, we'll follow it in on the curve, and then we'll head down here. Oh, you're running the mod? Yeah, I'm not running the mod, I've got the basic generic one. That might be an issue with the mod. I'll tell you, I think you said you were running the mod for the G1000, weren't you? Do you have any AP issues? You got it turned off. It's good. Airspeed's maintaining at 146. There's the island. I'm gonna follow this around, and when we get down around here, we come into the little town of Bridport, and then we're going to turn inland. Now I was doing a little bit of reading about the Reno Air Races DLC coming up and what they're adding in with that, and that is a paid DLC, so I probably will not be getting it. They're adding like 40 new airplanes and stuff, but I can't see them being high resolution study level airplanes. But one of the things they did talk about was fixing the scratches in the way the stuff appears on the windows, because I know, you know, having flown in real life, and I'm sure Talia will tell the same thing, keeping your windows clean is a big thing, because I mean you gotta see out of them and stuff, and the scratches and stuff, well, a couple buildings down there, the scratches and stuff that they show, especially like when the sun really hits them. This isn't too bad, but there's times where you'd be sending the airplane in to get new windows put in it. They're just too worn. So they said they were toning them down. Hopefully that is rolled out across the entire fleet of airplanes doing the sim. Oh, that's why you're seeing clean window mods pop up on flightsim.to to try to take care of that, because it can be a bit overwhelming. that's weird. Oh, welcome back to the main island of Tasmania. Like I was saying, this is all nature preserve. Got wetlands. I don't know if he was trying to write financial guide, but it's Finacle guide. Apparently there's 483 other ones. Still got that 368 drop frames from a while ago. No additional ones. Well, it still says I'm just having a good stream. Yeah, I do remember that, and I remember towing the gliders and watching them do that in the mirrors as we were going up to altitude. You could see them suddenly move up behind you and get hit by the prop wash. That's when I kind of kept my hand near the tow cable release, just in case. It is a little disconcerting the first time you tow an experienced pilot and they give you the directions from the glider. And for those who don't know, the way they do that is they actually tug the tail of the airplane in the direction they want to go. So you'd be flying like this with a glider behind you, and all of a sudden you'd feel that you're being tugged to the right by the glider, and it's like, oh, okay, you want to go right? You'd have to turn to the right. It'd be a little disconcerting knowing you're being tugged around in the air. This is the way we're going to head off, so let's crank this around now to about 240. Again, nice sandy beaches here. All the way up and around. And there's the town of Bridport. Not Bridge. There is no G. And not Bird. Yeah, 240. Just gonna cut across the bay, past the town. And then we'll just follow the coastline as we go. Oh, the air conditioner must be off for takeoff and landing. Too bad it's not a switch I can adjust. You can see our torque limit there. 2379. I think that's what that indicator shows up as our limit. Okay. Hey. Just saw you pop in there. Very nice. Well, we can get you for the last bit of the last leg here on the tour. Flying a Spitfire as well. Wonderful. Let's see if we can catch his takeoff roll. Looks like Kevin's going over to give him a flyby. He's on the ground, Talia. I don't know if you, well, I don't know if you can see him over there at the airport there. Looks like Wade's heading off as well. Yeah, he's far over. He's kind of behind us now. So that was the town of Birdport. We're flying along the northern coast now. Go back and we can see where we're headed. So this is just flew over Mermaids Beach, which is this right here, Mermaids Beach. And then we get the Double Sandy Point Conservation Area here, and it goes all the way around here. So there's your double points, and it is sandy. You can see all the sand there. It's very nice. And this is the Single Tree Plain Conservation Area. Although it looks like there's more than just one tree there. Where we're up to on our trip so far. So this is Piper's River. It's not possessive, there's no apostrophe. On this side of the river we have the little town of Bellingham. And on the other side, we've got the slightly larger town of Weymouth. Or Weymouth. This looks pretty desolate. Very scrub. You go from the green down into the scrub land here. So we've got a collection of Spitfires headed this way. Still seems stable again. There's the river and the two towns. Very nice. Get a nice downwards view as we fly over top. My sim stuttering, not the stream. Very cool. Slight course change to 230, just to make sure we stick with the coast here, or 250, sorry. couple little communities along the top here. Now this is Lulworth coming up. And the Tam O'Shanter, well, common name for a golf course. Tam O'Shanter Golf Course is in here somewhere, just south of the town. That's it here. Well, it's not really showing up as a golf course. It says it's, oh no, there it is, there. Yeah, I was just going to say it's above the little lake. So that's the golf course in there. Not very big. Probably a 9-hole by the looks of it. Nice little bay here beside the town. It's a little housing area. And then it's off into wilderness again. Down here is the little town of, I believe it's a little town of Stony Head, and then Beechford, located in this area here. Maybe a little, no, it's up here at the river, where the river comes in. Beechford. Hey, Duck Magic. How is everything with you today, sir? No. I've still see Okie, Wayne. He's still here for me. So I see everybody that's with us today, all 6 of you. So it's looking very good. So Doc, good to see you. Nice to have you drop in here for our final leg of the Caravans over Tasmania. We're heading back to where we started. And wrapping up this series. So there's the town of Beechford, as mentioned. This is 5 Mile Bluff Conservation Area in here. Not sure that's really a bluff, or if that is, well, I know that's not 5 miles. According to my map, that's only about, 0.7 miles, but it's all good. Down here at this little hook in the ground, we can see Bellboy Beach. And then this is Lowhead. This is the river Tamar. And then down here, we've got the town of Georgetown. We're going to go in and make another turn. We're going to turn to 230. Keep following the coast here. There goes the Spitfires. There's Georgetown. I think there's an airport there. And this is again the river Tamar, which runs into the interior. This is Lowhead. And apparently there's penguins here because it says there's a photo spot right here, and it's called Lowhead Penguin Tours. So I'm going to assume they get penguins coming in here. It's pretty cool. Do a quick little check. Yeah, little baby penguins. It's a tourist attraction. So if you're ever down here, go here for the penguins. So here we have coming up on the other side of the bay, Greens Beach. And if we follow the curve here and around, you get a nudist beach right there for those that are interested. Yeah, that's Wayne for me, Talia. This prop hasn't been turning the entire time. You can just follow me. I'll give you all the direction you need to get to where we're headed. Oh, you're just updating Microsoft Flight Sim now, Doc. Okay, well, a few people have had issues, but I think a lot of people have been okay. If you go onto my Discord and take a look in the crew lounge, I've put up a little trick which seems to have fixed the multiplayer bug. Because as you can see, like, everybody's here, and it seems to be working. So the directions are there. It's a really simple fix. You can give it a shot. All right, so where are we? In Tasmania. So this is Greens Beach. Is it Greens Beach? No, sorry, Badger Beach. This long strip of sand here is Badger Beach. We're flying into some cloud. And we're coming up on Badger Head right here. And this is part of the Briggs Regional Reserve. You can see some of the hills here. So if you remember when we were flying across the central part of Tasmania, we had a lot of these hills and stuff. This is apparently the start of it. As it heads off into the interior there. And then after we get by Badger Head here, this whole low area here along the beach, this is the Narakapu National Parks and Wildlife. What's the full name of that? It doesn't say. Parks and Wildlife. Anyway, another nature area in here. And across the water, we're going to be coming up to Port Sorrel, Shearwater, and this is the Port Sorrel Inlet. We're back over the wilderness. Oh, there's Okie down there in his Spitfire. Everything is looking good. We have a few more miles to go. This is all the wildlife area. A place called Baker's Beach. So we have Port Sorrel right here, Shearwater in behind it, Holly Beach up this way, a bunch of other little towns. This area is a little bit more populated. few little towns in here. Squeaking Point, Durst Lane. I love these names. Wesleyvale. That sounds like a cheese. Moriarty. And Devonport is up here. So we're getting close. Just going to jump in and we'll come to 240 again. Kind of low there, Roki. Let's see, we go back out into farm country, then we come up. This is East Devonport. Or Devonport, not Devonport. And there's the airport. Right there. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to take over. We're going to go do a flyover of the airport. And then we're going to bring her in to land. So, I'm going to try to do fighter stuff. You wouldn't really tilt that far with people on board. But since we're repositioning here, bring the power back. So again, 1,000-foot circuit height. Good, decent size runway. I'm going to do one of the things we do if you're coming into an airport that doesn't have anybody manning it, and when you want to do a check, is you do an overflight. You do it at about 100, 200 feet. You're looking for obstructions on the runway, animals, logs, anything like that. To make sure when you're landing you don't get surprised. So you want to make sure that everything's good. So we're going to come down to an altitude of about 500, 400 feet. We're going to do a flyover, and we're going to do it off to the side of the runway. Maintain about 400 feet just to do a check and see how it's looking. That was a nice low pass there, Kevin. I'm going to come overhead the field. Take a look at the runway. We're looking down. Make sure everything looks good. This is an add-on airport, so there's a lot of cars and stuff parked there. And we're going to head for the in front of the ramp there on the apron. But the runway looks good. Everything's there. Of course, an airport this big would have somebody manning it. Unicom at the least. All right, so we're going to power back up to 1,000 feet. Get ready for our approach. Watch the torque. Alright. So we're going to turn about 1.5 as our crosswind leg. About 1,000 feet. There's the airport there. I'll turn downwind. Airport's 240. Which means we're going to want a 100-degree downwind. or sorry, a 80-degree downwind roughly. Oh, 60-degree downwind. Math is hard. Alright, so there we are. So we're going to pull back, come back on the power. Prop will go fully forward. Condition lever is fully forward, or it's been the entire flight. We'll start bringing the torque down, slowing the aircraft down. First notch of flaps, beginning our turn. Again, we'll start our descent. We want about 33 foot airport elevation. Doing it, forget it. Whoops, watch that descent rate. Just keep kind of swinging it around. Flaps full. This is where I wish I had my track IR on, but a lot of the times it's a bit of a pain. I wish I had a quarter view I could do. Let's do a nice circling. It's 500 feet. Kind of doing a circling approach. So Kevin's down. Oh, there goes Wayne. See Yoke in the distance. Alright. Bring the speed back. Throttles to idle. Extend out slightly. 63. Over the runway. And we are down. No need for reversers. Just going to roll down to the exit to the ramp. There's a small grass runway that goes north-south here. Well, northwest-southeast. There she is, 3214. We're going to turn left just up here ahead on taxiway Bravo. Take that into the ramp. All right, so flaps coming up. Landing lights are off, strobe lights off. Transponders on standby. Just gonna go straight in. There we go. Just parked up. Parking brake coming on. Condition lever to low idle. Everything's good. Taxi light will come off. Parking brake is set. Condition lever to cut off. Props to minimum. Starter's off. Fuel boost can come off. Avionics 1, avionics 2 is off. Go away. And battery is now off. Here comes Oki. It looks like everybody is here. So guys, thank you very much for joining us today on the last of the Tasmania legs. As I mentioned, next week we start in the Caravan in the Caribbean. Now, I see you put it up on the nose over there, Oki. Don't break hard in a Spitfire. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. It looks like we got the multiplayer working. That is a great relief because these community flights are what makes Flight Sim a lot of fun. And it's always good to see you guys here while we do these flights. So thank you for joining us today. For those that are watching, thank you very much. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, hitting a like either on Twitch, follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, all that good stuff. And we will see you on the next one. Bye for now.